All right, what's going on, people? It's Sunday. Normally I don't do Sunday fun day, but you know, um, good story going bad, and I ain't gonna go too much into details. I got a link in the description if you want to go check that out. Gives a breakdown, videos, and everything. But pretty much as it stands, Keith Lee went to a food truck, which he normally do, go to food trucks and restaurants, and give them blessings and work with them and so forth and so forth. So the crazy part about it is Keith Lee ended up dealing with somebody and you know, see, I guess somebody recommended him to come to the, establishment, and the lady was doing the dances or whatever, promoting the ladies' establishment. And far as doing the breakdown, Bud Fowles is going on, Cool Gamer. And, like I say, Keith Lee is like the internet food critic. And the crazy part is, he makes his money off of the influence of being a critic online. Never got pretty much standing far as I know, far as being going to school and doing the whole thing, far as being a critic. But he gives his honest opinion, and it's been catching wind. And considering of his religious background and beliefs, that a lot of people kind of take him more serious as well from that. So that's just a little stand on Keith Lee. But anyway, Keith Lee went to this business. It was a food truck because somebody was, asking could he pull up and come. And to my understanding, he might be living in that area, in the Texas area or something. I don't know, but he might have been just there. I don't know really too much research on him, but just knowing that he went to the food truck and actually, came there, tried the food, which he bought the food himself, and deemed the food to be somewhat good. And there was a young man out there cutting hair, and the lady, from my understanding now, that she was just helping the chef out who owned the food truck, and in return, you know, she does braiding. She braids hair. So she was helping the lady out with the cook. Then her brother was came there. He was the barber, so they was doing cuts and things of that nature. And Keith gave the lady, I think, a total of 4,800 plus because he bought the food. So there was no specific on how much he bought and everything. Paige was going on, lady. I ain't seen you. I be checking your channel. I be seeing you doing your videos. You did your review on things. Stay hard. What's going on with you? Queen in the building. What's going on? Yeah. And so the crazy part about that lady, like she literally was getting a blessing. Oh man, it's starting to rain. I gotta get over here to this spot. It's not good. But basically, it's gonna be short. I'm gonna have to jump off in a minute. Oh man, it's starting to rain. Then I ain't bring my tarp. So basically, Keith Lee came down, gave the lady like 4,800 plus. So what he did was, the deal was to give her $2,000 as far as the tip, and and the staff, you know, and the young man who's cutting hair is supposed to get 1,000, and I'm assuming that the other lady's supposed to get 1,000, and 2,000 is supposed to be to the owner of the food truck. And this is the crazy part about it. The lady actually came in. All right, I'll drop the link for you. No problem. There you go. Oh, it's raining in Memphis too. Yeah, but it was crazy. Like the lady, she kind of like was blocking a blessing because when it turned around, Keith gave her all this money, and understanding that the money don't post a certain type of way. But the lady has a business. Now, if she didn't have $1,000 to give, I can understand that. to the young man because the other lady who braids hair, she said that her okay, add to the stage. What's going on with you?
Salute to you, Sheed. How you doing? How you doing? Go ahead, you can continue.
I'm doing good. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. And so
I got
basically, after she gave the money, the lady, what I'm saying, was kind of tripping because she felt as if she should keep all the money and not give the money to none of them because it wasn't a part of her business. And Keith Lee is a food critic for food, not for people who cut hair, braid. And the crazy part when I looked at that video that's in the description, her sons was there and they got their haircut from the guy for free. But the thing of it was, her
no, no, they
sons weren't
didn't.
helping
No, they
run the
didn't.
business.
No, they didn't. No. They paid for it.
They
They
paid
paid for
for
it.
it.
Yeah, the
Okay.
two sons paid for it. All right. She felt like the older lady said that I just give the money to my son and he'll give y'all what he think y'all should have. Now that right there, Keith Lee actually dropped off $4,800 and some change. 4,800 because he dropped off another additional $1,000 for people to eat for free. She only let three people eat for free and told the little girl, the younger lady, to go and charge people because after the third person, that should be enough. You feel? Keith Lee
Yeah.
also bought, we forgot to add what he bought too, $80 worth of food.
Yep.
So add that. So how much money he just spent over $5,000, right? That's over
Mhm.
five. I know that's over five. So I felt like this right here, even though my opinion is not a fact, I felt like that lady has never been around any type of real money, any type of thousands, stacks, or whatever you want to call it. And that little bit of money right there, which I call that a good income tax check money, made her show her true colors. Because first of all, she said she did not ask for the help. She did not ask her. I mean, he was sitting out there to cut her anyway, and she was braiding her anyway, and she made an excuse as to not why she did the right thing, but never gave us an excellent, just never gave us an answer. You feel what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
did you pay them folks or not? It was always talking around the bush. You did
Yep.
spent the whole
It didn't
TikTok, a
even
faux
was the
part
son
TikTok
right
on
after
her
acting
feelings.
like that.
You say what?
Yeah. Then her sons was wilding out and saying how they was coming at a mama like it was about to be gunplay, and he was going crazy. I seen that video, and he was like,
I
"Yeah,
ain't
man, it
seen
went
that one.
wild. It was about to be gunplay." Yeah, I put it a link in my description about it so you can see.
That's
And the son was just
crazy.
wilding out like, man, like it got to the point. One thing was because I was trying to video, do a little short doing hair, stepped in and helped her, did the video with all. That's what I'm trying to get at. She was working with her, or she just was promoting her.
Your phone breaking up because you driving on it. Yeah, y'all. I'm on Sheed. I'm on his live, so he gonna try to get his phone back together. But yeah, though, a thing with the lady is that I'm like this right here. If somebody gave me some money to do a task, I'm gonna do it. That's just my integrity. That's just me. Okay, if you tell me give him 1,000, I'm gonna give him 900 because I'm gonna charge you a fee. I gotta wait on them. I gotta do transfers. I gotta get paid for my work. I'm paying myself first. Now, he ain't gonna get the whole 1,000.
But
He'll get the nine. I'm giving him 100. I gotta get
can you
my
hear me now?
middleman fee. I gotta get my 10%. What you say? She.
Yeah, I was trying to add, sir, senior. I was trying to pull you up. Okay, I guess something going on with it. I see you said stop. Okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
you
pull you
sound
up, but
good
for
now.
some reason,
You sound
yeah, I'm
good
in this
now.
little air. Okay, there you go now. There you go. What's going on, sir?
Yes, sir. What's up, Sheed?
What's going on? Going on with you?
Just chilling with the family, man. I saw you on. I was like, man, I gotta show love to my brother, man.
Hey, appreciate it, appreciate it.
Who we got up
Yeah,
here? How you doing? I'm Paige.
How you?
I'm I'm
You came out.
okay.
I said, how
I'm
you?
okay. I'm all right. I'm all right.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad everybody doing good, man. I'm glad we not doing like old girl who want to steal a couple $1,000 from the little kids.
yeah. I mean, the crazy part is this too. Like with her business being promoted like that, she was gonna make way more money. You
Way
know,
more.
That cake
it,
lady is
And
making
she said
crazy
it.
money right now.
But
yeah,
she said that after he left, didn't nobody come.
That's a pure lie because they had it all over the internet. People was coming. The problem is people stopped coming. People stopped coming when they found out she kept the money from them. And that's the thing
yep.
is, she gonna sit here and she just shot herself in the foot. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion.
What's going on too, Raw? Hey, Raw, what's going on with you, man?
We can't
Oh, he
hear.
driving too. He
You
probably
hear me,
driving
see?
too.
I can't hear the show.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear
I
you
can't hear
now.
nothing right now. Hold on.
He can't
Might
hear
have
us
to
now.
drop down. Yeah, he gotta drop down and come back. I
No,
probably booted him.
what it is, he got his device hooked up to the Bluetooth inside the car. So now he's
Yeah.
trying to take it off Bluetooth and put it on his set. But if his car, maybe his car is not gonna let him if it's in driving mode. I gotta get better on my tech. You did.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get better on it. But your friend, he got cut off. He got cut off. He was really explaining how the girl shot herself in the foot with
Yeah,
not
sir.
giving the money.
Hey, sir, you still there? My break. Oh, I'm good. They probably on mute doing something. But yeah,
I was on mute.
he just
I was
dropped.
on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you were saying, you had got cut off.
Yeah. So she shot herself in. She shot herself in the foot. Like I was saying,
And they
like I
stopped
was.
coming because they found out she ain't pay them.
Yes, and they stopped coming because of that. If you go and you can watch the little feed line, well, people putting it up on YouTube today. But you could watch their whole little feed, and they're tagged back and forth. People stopped coming. Everybody was coming.
Do y'all feel like that
I don't know.
this
I
is
still
gonna
can't hear
stop
nothing,
black
man.
people from helping each
You
other
hear
in a
me?
way?
See, I heard a lady. I heard somebody saying about the shit being driving mode or whatever. The car being driving mode or Bluetooth.
Yeah, you breaking
It
up
ain't
bad
even on
too.
Bluetooth. It's on my regular phone right now.
Okay.
Oh, you breaking up now. Hold
Yeah,
on, let
you
Sir go
breaking
ahead
up
and
worse.
finish up. Yeah,
But yeah, I
let Sir
definitely
go.
think it's gonna make black people start working with each other. It's gonna make us more reluctant because he came to bless her, and she used that as a way to do them dirty. See, what she did was she slept on it and realized, okay, while I was about to close, she was closing because she won't getting that many people. That's the whole
Damn.
reason why they asked for her to the little girl who's her son's best friend. Oh, I don't know the name with me. She hit him with some Adrian Broner. You ain't with me. You ain't with me. I was like, yo, what is this? She blatantly said when he was talking to her, she put the video up herself. And it shows that he was talking to her. The girl was standing right beside her. If you look in the different videos, how they clipped it up, the little girl gets out and go and stand beside her, by her brother. That's her brother. And she was like, keep my money and give my brother his money. And then never mind. I ain't gonna say what I was about to say, but the son, the son who wanted to be a daughter. Anyway, so the son, he jumped in the middle of it, and then the other son talking about, oh, he's sitting in the car with the gun. You sitting in the car with the gun for what? One, if you were really about that business, you were in Texas. Where your Texas hood coming out? But he wanted to sit here and go back and forth with him and act like he was some now stone cold gangster because his mama ain't worth nothing. And that's simple facts that you're going to sit here and see that Keith Lee came to your establishment, came to your food truck, you're automatically going to get fame, notoriety, and then because Keith Lee came, both news stations, Fox and ABC 8 and Fox. I can't remember what Fox is there, but I know ABC 8 is there. That one in Texas. They both put her on the news and said that he came and gifted out the money. And then she, instead of her getting the notoriety online from him coming, and then getting the notoriety in the city of the news putting her up there, she said, I want to burn both ends of the stick. That's why she don't understand business. That's why her business is failing. It's because she's greedy and a manipulator. He said himself before he even talked to her that, oh, her food truck costs too much. And that's simply what it was she was trying to be greedy. It won't because her company is failing. It's not because she got all this overhead that, you know, people were just trying to give her a pass for. No, she's just greedy. She greedy. She don't even make her own sauce. That's one thing you do in a food truck or any food establishment is you make your own sauce, or either you take a sauce that's already there and you doctor it up. It takes nothing but a handful of seasoning to doctor a sauce up. Like, I'm cooking with Sir Senior. You know, I'm always cooking if it's home cooking up food for thought. I'm gonna tell you real quick, it don't take nothing to make some sauce.
Yep.
And that was the worst thing about her food. But that's what he said. The simple fact of the matter is she's greedy and a grimy person, and then she's gonna pray with that man, and then she's gonna pray with that man, then pray on them little kids.
Everybody who pray ain't praying to the same God anyway.
Exactly.
True.
They ain't praying to the same. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. Exactly. Everybody's hands ain't anointed.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody ain't genuine. Now that's just sad. That's just saying. People of my color, y'all, look, don't let this little one thing to tell you or helping somebody else. You dig what I'm saying? Don't let it do that. Because I'm still gonna help mine.
And that's
the hard thing. I'm be cautious, but I'm gonna help.
Gotta be cautious, extra cautious, because somebody who seems nice in the moment, I be grimy.
Like, yeah, but you know, Keith got a funny feeling about it. When they pulled up, they was on 10. He said, man, he really wanted to say, this shit ghetto as hell, y'all. I'm still gonna mess with them, but I'm scared as hell. I want to get back in the car. You know?
Yeah, that's why
he just really wanted to put it.
He got out. And he was
that's how he wanted to put it. I'm telling you. You can tell by how his face look, how he trying to keep the video nice. Then he was like, she ain't got no type of marketing. Nothing.
You don't even have your prices on your Facebook page? That takes one little post. It's one post, and you just tag it. You just pin it, and you can have your prices. You can say, well, prices are subject to change at the bottom, because she don't know nothing about business.
At all. All you got is a little hot truck, little bitty, just got your permit, probably paid them for their permit. You know y'all don't let that slide. No.
And she wouldn't even make a poster of what her prices were. Come on now. Not on Instagram, not on Facebook, not on your website. And it's like you're advertising your place with saying, come by and see us, but you don't have no posters. You ain't got no videos of what your prices are. Oh, well, this is $8.99. This is $10.99. This is $15.99. Because you know nobody want to come there or paying overpriced for that little bit of ribs. It don't matter how good it tastes. You in Texas. The places you go to for barbecue is in the Carolinas and in Texas. It's automatic. You go to the Carolinas and Texas looking for barbecue.
Okay.
You get barbecue from the gas station.
Damn.
Fried chicken, barbecue.
Well, you know, I'm in the barbecue capital, so I don't like barbecue. I don't like sauce like that. I like the grill. I love it, but it's cool on what's on there. I'm picky. I'm in Memphis, so you know we barbecue city. Ugh. And
And
yeah,
that's what
she did put a lot of sauce on there from a damn bottle.
yes.
That sauce looked like it was cheap too. It looked like Save-A-Lot or some type of cheap sauce to hurry up, going on, get the stuff set up.
And that's what I'm saying is you have to understand you can't sit here and live a they tell you old school people tell you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But this heifer looking a gift horse in the mouth and trying to steal his gold tooth.
See, I want y'all to know that, man, you never too old to learn and you never too young to teach. The young people that came, they did come for her. They came for the son. The son invited the girlfriend. The girlfriend called her little brother like, hey, you got something going on up here? Hey, maybe you can. You know, they was on their way to the barbershop anyway. The barbershop wasn't open just yet. He got his clippers in the bag. You dig what I'm saying? The son asked the girlfriend brother, you cut her? Yeah, I charge woo woo woo. Shit, I got that now. Come on, let's go outside. We can use my mama cord from the generator. This how I'm thinking this went. You feel what I'm saying? This what the girlfriend said. I'm going off what the girlfriend said.
And my thing is this is that why would you and then the craziest part, it showed you that the son was a liar because he said, oh, nobody had the money, but the money just cleared today. Which one is it? Is the money clear today or nobody had the money? Come on now.
It take a day for a purchase like that to clear. It actually take 2 days. Anything over 15, anything over 1,000. It gotta, you know what I'm saying? When you doing a transaction like that, that shit take a 3-part verification. I run a business. I know how this goes. You do it on the card machine. The machine gotta clear it. He gotta take it from his bank. Keith Lee gotta go to his phone and clear it. He gotta, that's me. He gotta hit that's me. It gotta sit there. You dig what I'm saying? So the people can access the account. The bank got to hit him again. And are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. That take a
Yeah,
whole
and
day. That take
yes,
a
ma'am.
whole day.
And Keith Lee said he did
Anything over $500, they gonna feel like somebody stole your shit. You dig what I'm saying?
and Keith Lee said he did that same night. When he came back and he did his little video, he said he did that same night. So we know she had the money. And then by her saying, I'm not gonna give them nothing, you know she had the money. Then for her to say the
You
follow
ain't
this
have
was
to
just
do
3
nothing,
days
baby,
ago.
but cash app them. That's all you had to do. Give them their little cash app. Put it on their cash app. And then the other little girl had the square on her phone. She
Yep, she could
showed
have
her.
easily did it.
She showed her. The girlfriend showed because she do her, and she showed she had just while she talking because she did another live off her live while she was talking. Her shit, her little thing come up on the screen record. $1,500 in your chime from somebody. Somebody bought some hair from her. You feel want them to do to her and stuff like that. Her services.
Yep.
She was like,
That's
see,
what
y'all,
she said.
I
She
get
didn't want
money.
the
I'm not
counter.
messed up about it. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to give me my money. Give it to my little brother. He needs it, you know?
Yeah, because he was leaving the state. That was simple. Like, why would you do that? Like, to that, he a young man who taught himself how to cut hair. And then after teaching himself, he didn't say, well, I'm going to do it the hood way. He said, no, I'm going to go back do it the good way. And then got certified so he can work in barbershops and salons. And
Yeah.
now he's going out of town, and you knew he was going out of town, and you're not going to get that man his money.
Dang. That's messed up.
Yeah, it is crazy how that people
That's
be,
messed
man.
up.
Crazy how people be.
She, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question? This is off the subject.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you at home, you chilling. Some
No.
you look at no this scenario. You look
Oh
at your
yeah.
camera, you see somebody outside trying to steal your car. What you do?
Man.
What do you do?
You said if I do what now?
What would you do if you was at home and somebody walked in your yard and tried to steal your car?
Oh, well, if I got the gun, I'm coming outside. But first of all, you on my property, and I already seen you pulling on my car, so that's already an issue. And then I call the police and let them handle that after I go and I let you know. But they say you shoot first, ask questions later. Cause my thing, you already trespassing. That's rule number one. You know, that's
Hmm.
if you know you shouldn't be somewhere, you already should know you shouldn't even be doing it. Cause a lot of people they go, well, you call the police and yeah, but the thing 9 times out of 10 with a criminal, when you're doing the crime, you already know what comes with doing crime. So that's not even a question.
Yeah. Well, it happened. So, it's on my YouTube. It's on my short.
So okay,
Shot the shit out of his ass, laid his ass out right there. Got there
mm,
and told the police, go on,
yeah,
write your report. I called y'all. Come get him. Stood right there. Stood right there. He alright. He good. It was just a little bit, Jim. Better get your butt on. Yeah. He ain't know where he was at. He couldn't have known where he was at because he ain't never seen him before. Everybody around here know everybody. So you obviously had to come from way across the other side. Saw all these beautiful cars down here and thought you had one. Yeah. You think I ought to send some flowers to the hospital?
with a little card attached.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know
You
because
got
they
a
told
lesson
me
and
do
a
not.
blessing.
They said do not contact the victim or the family, and you know that's and I feel a little. I don't feel sorry. I just feel like I hope I ain't make an enemy or something like that. I hope that's a wake up call because I actually I I missed, but I didn't miss. You know, so I ain't want him to die. You know what? That look on their face, though. That look on the face, like you shot me. You goddamn right. Goddamn right. Your ass ain't gonna do that no more. Sit your ass there. Call 911. Yeah, I just shot a victim in my yard trying to steal my car and go to footage. Hey,
Well, sometimes you gotta give out lessons and blessings.
yeah, but the shoot, to shoot your own, you know what I mean? You did this shit, it messes with me. It's messing with me. It's messing with me. It's messing with me. But I'm glad it's me and what my husband would have killed him. My husband would have killed him. I know he would. But they would. My son and my husband was gone to get some turtle wax cause they was detailing the cars. You know, the father and son in town. And I was in and out on the porch. I had the door open, but I guess it looked like when nobody outside. The dog was in the yard and everything. That's what let me know something was going on. The dog. And the dog was barking very viciously, like why is the dog barking? And I saw his little foot get in the car. We're trying to he was in the car. And I grabbed the 4-5 off the china cabinet because it's at the top. It's high at the top. Took the safety off and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" When he when he couldn't get it, he got it started, but he couldn't take off because of the Viper thing went off. It went off. I don't know what he had or whatever. He jumped out there. He about to come out of it or whatever he did, and I shot him. That was it. I don't know if he was gonna do it. I don't know. He ran down and tried to run, but he couldn't. He fell in the street. Sit down. You shot me. Yeah, I shot you. You lucky you still alive. Don't call the police. Nah, I got to. It's on my camera. It's hooked up to the Memphis Police Department. My footage is. And I called. Them folks were there in 3 minutes. They were there in 3 minutes. I give them it. The response time. I give it the emergency personnel response time. I give them a 10. I give them a 10. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. They handcuffed his ass. They handcuffed him to the gurney, the little thing they get you in. And they got on the ambulance, took his ass on to the med, and he probably in jail by now. Because I got to press charges. I hate to, but I got to. I got to justify my shot. And that's scary too. That's very scary.
Well, it's gonna be with you for a little while. You just gotta pray through it and
That's
talk.
because I got a heart, I got love, I got compassion. What you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be with you. Those type of situations be with you for a little while. You won't forget it, but you'll be able to do it. It's gonna bother you for a little while. You'll
Yeah. 'Cause
Is it because I'm a
even in that,
woman? Is it because I'm a woman? Because y'all could do it and
know.
no, it's not
Men
even in
think
that.
about it too. That we just
they do?
rationalize. We gotta do what we gotta do. That's how we get over it. But we
Yep.
understand a lot of times men will, they'll
Y'all
play.
looking at it as a protector.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
understand we gotta do it. So
It's
we already accepted that we gotta do it. That's the reason why we get past it quicker. But we see it and we deal with it too. Like you don't want
Okay.
to, unless you cold blooded, you don't want to hurt nobody, and you don't want nobody to hurt you. But it's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
said it would have been a case. It would have been a case if I would have shot again while he was down. If I would have shot him again, anytime twice in the car while he in the dang car, he got to be outside the car, or you know what I'm saying, or it's laws to it. You already on the property. You see the sign, no trespassing, private property, all this stuff. When it came to the significance as to where I shot him at, they wanted to know how he ended up in the street. He found
yeah,
out he was shot, tried to get away. And I told him
yeah,
sit down. And when I told him to sit down on the camera, I'm not telling him to sit down with the gun. I got the gun close to me, and I'm pointing at him like, you know what I'm saying? It got audio out there. Yo, motherfucking ass tried to steal the car. Is you with me? What? I'm hollering. I'm, you know,
ju-
they
yeah.
like you
Just like
handled
say,
it. They said you handled it well to be a woman because he meant women are very much. They would have been shooting the shit out of his ass. Ooh, then it would have been a
yeah,
then that murder, murder.
yeah. But even with that, the way they was looking at it, because what Sir was just referring to, like even with women being emotional, so it'll been to the point where you just kept shooting because your emotions will kick in and you don't want him to come at you, so you'll keep shooting to to the bullets gone. So I could
Yeah,
tell right now you done shot your gun before a couple of times, so you kind of prepared and you've been shooting, so you know about guns. Like I say,
yeah,
with most women, they shoot guns, they shoot to the clip gone because their emotions kick in. They don't want the guy because even if the guy looked at you when you shot him the first time, their emotions would have been like, he's coming at me. So that's why they kept shooting. And even as a man, emotionally, we're doing it for protection side. So like our side kick in better us than him. The woman, their emotions kick in to say, well, I got to deal with this for the rest of my life. We do too, but we handle it more different dealing with our emotions because we did what had to be done. From a woman's standpoint, you're gonna have that nurturing side, like I didn't want to do it situations. But that's when you come into the mindset of praying and just keeping yourself calm because there was nothing else you could have did in that situation. Hey, you gave him warning, and plus he knew he was wrong for stepping on your property. So when it comes to situations like that, it's really like a push or a shove. There's nothing really more you could have done different, but him not even accessing your property and trying to do that, that was just 100% on him. So
Yeah, he
you
said
know,
the analyst, the crime analyst that came and said, we see you pointing the gun 3 centimeters from the ground, lower his torso. So that means that you was going for a warning shot, but you didn't want to kill him. You wanted to keep him alive. Yes, that's the first thing I thought. I don't want to kill him, but I just don't want him to get away either. You feel? That's what that was. Yeah, I was scared for a minute because they do in Memphis steal your car with guns. Like they had a gun when they come to get your car. You did. They ready. So it could have escalated. It could have been a full fledged. You feel? But I was prepared. My husband always taught me if I'm not here, do this right here. That kicked in. The shooting range kicked in. The gun training kicked in. Everything had kicked in. It kicked in. It really did. You see, I came out like a service member. What the fuck is a service? Military? Yeah, that's how you came out. I want to put the footage up, but I can't put it up to the case over. Yeah, I can't put it up to, but I do want to send a little card or some flowers, anonymous. Anonymous. Yeah, he can't get it though. He can't get it. He can't get it at all. I just thought about it. He can't get it. But yeah, y'all, that was my little ordeal yesterday. That was my ordeal. So thank you, thank you. And I think that old lady ain't nothing good gonna come to you, baby. Nothing else good gonna come to you for a long time until you start doing right. It might take a long time for right to come to you because you've been doing wrong for so long.
Yeah,
That's
that's
love.
true. I
Yeah,
definitely agree with you because for her to do that so quickly with knowing that it's going to be famous and everything else, that means she was comfortable with it. And for her to get on the live and say, "Well, I'm not going to get him the money unless Keith Leaf tell me to get him the money," like he told you the first time.
where she done spent it, it's over. She bought some new pants and aluminum foil. And, you hear me? It's over. I wouldn't be surprised if Keith Lee got their personal cash apps and stuff and reached out to him and paid him anyway. Said, "Don't worry about that." I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Well, she just messed her face up because she all over the news. She not just on the internet. She all over the news. So the people who
Yeah.
the older people are not going to rock with her now.
Hey, that backlash has be on her conscience. You did that backlash because like the internet is a powerful tool, and when you read them comments and they going in on you, that hurts. That mess with you. You ain't good. You ain't right. I hope woo woo woo. They'll mess with her psychologically. That's why it almost ended into gunplay and all this stuff here, and you know, because I didn't even know about the gunplay stuff. The internet can make you mad enough to hurt someone, unalive someone. Yeah, it's a tool, but it can be a good tool on the way that you use it. It's how you use it. Now you using the internet to get your truck off the ground because it looked like it had a flat tire anyway. Lady, sit down. Why y'all get so quiet?
Do a little work. Yeah, I'm back with y'all. I'm just doing a little work.
Courtney said
Push.
that Courtney said my cousin unalived someone for breaking into his parents' shed. He said that it bothered him for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, my heart goes out to this suspect I shot yesterday, y'all. Because he ain't a victim. I'm the victim. I was about to say to the victim, but he ain't no victim. He a suspect. He in police custody right now. Matter of fact, let me look and see what his name is.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That's why I got into a little job I was doing, but I'm
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I was talking to him. I was reading your comments.
Yeah.
You got some new people up in here too.
Fisher J. Yeah. Okay, somebody in the back must have been dropped off. Okay, cool. Yeah. Tamika in the building. I seen Nate come in here earlier. Shout out, shout out, shout out to everybody coming in too raw. J Stocks, Lisa J Stocks. Hey, you need to go check out Lisa J Stocks. She be doing some pretty good work too. Cause I be on my financial journey
Uh huh.
trying to get my money right.
You
Uh,
know I love. You know I love channels like that. You know I
yeah,
love channels. She got one of them channels on my circle
yeah.
love. All right,
Uh-huh.
Lisa, drop your link, so I can sub to it, cause I ain't gonna
I just highlighted the name right there.
Lisa J
And see, you got to rent, so
Stocks.
you can just you got to rent. So if you go back on the YouTube side, you can
Hmm.
just hit right there and go to her channel. That's why I give everybody renters so it'll be easy. So if somebody in the chat, you can just pull up their channel and go straight to them. Yeah, Lisa be only with the money, the retirement. That's why I was telling people. I said, man, I'm trying to retire by 55. So my thing is to try to hit as much investments as I can and getting into the market. Learning about housing, learning about stocks, learning about passive income, and go from there. But they trying to do
Hmm. Oh
that
yeah,
Amazon
I love
shopping
your
to where
channel.
they
I
have them
love
remote
your channel.
stores. Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Nah, I
And
promote your channel every time I go live. I promote
yeah,
you. I promote 4 others. I don't promote everybody because they don't promote me. I get a little back where it's shown.
yeah,
I'm
because
just
that's what I
on
be
it.
saying about your channel. I'm like, you be on it. You like for just like me, the way I love my city, man. Memphis, you be talking about the rappers, all that, be putting them on because Memphis been big on the scene for a long time. You know, even
Yeah.
like to the likeness of everybody talking about cause who was it? Damn, I'm having a brain freeze with his name. Uh, cause he used to he changed his name to Stiletto now, but Star P, I think what's the name well back in the day, Star something.
Uh,
Cause him and Gotti used to always tag
oh,
team.
his name was Starlito.
Starlito, yeah, that's what it was. Starlito.
Starlito, yeah,
Yep.
Starlito. And you know he don't have no bad ill about that deal either. He said he didn't know
Yeah.
what he was doing. He didn't know what he was signing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked into that. Yeah, I looked into that. I looked into that, but probably the most who I could just sit down with and like walk up to and talk to is it'll be Zedzilla, um Don,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah, Don Trip. Talk about Trip, Don Trip, and Jay Fizzle. Them the only three that I could reach out to, tell them come here, they pull up, and we just talk. No cameras, it's off the record. Just off the record.
Yeah.
They just want somewhere where they can just be themselves and, just talk to you. It just, some things can't be recorded,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, damn, just to have that in depth, but it don't make sense to me because it's not changing anything. Only thing that had made sense to me was with Fizzle and Trip, because Trip bought all the down there, and he bought all the Corey Lake. Trip got a lot of land in his name. He just doing it to show other young men.
Yeah.
And Fizzle just got to take over helping Castalia and keeping them apartments where people can live rent free, like some Rollo things. They
Yeah.
just got to pay for their water and electricity. That's the only two things that made sense to me. How are you giving back with what you're doing, with what you're
Yeah.
putting out? That's what
Yeah.
that is. That's just what that is. I don't give a damn about how many records you sold. I don't care about none of that gold. I don't care about none of that shit in your mouth. That's how I talk to them. That's the only way.
But you see, that's a threat, just like the situation where we talking about with Keith Lee. When somebody come and do good, it's a threat to the whole United because they looking at it as, man, on top of all this that you doing, you giving so much back to the community, you dealing with the people. They don't want to see you win. You know, all the people that, put down things and did things for the city, they ain't gonna be recognized for that. They're gonna be recognized for all the foolishness, all the craziness. And when it come down like Rollo, that's why Rollo don't really want to sign with nobody because Rollo got too many people he feeding and putting on. And even
Rollo
that
don't
whole
even need to
situation,
sign. He don't even need to
nope.
sign.
Yeah,
For
Dolph didn't
what?
sign. Look at Dolph. Dolph
What the
didn't
fuck
sign.
he
Look how
need
he
to sign?
turned
He
out.
don't need to sign. But he got to do recuperate some of that money the right way, man. He got to do it the right way.
Yep. Man,
He
Rollo
got
was
to.
making so much money. He bought the apartment. He got a house now. He putting together. I already know. See, like a lot of these rappers, yeah, you got like Two Chain them and Tip. Man, they got so much money.
Mhm.
They was buying all these apartments. Like Tip had bought like I think about 15 condos
Mhm.
in one neighborhood. And they got to the point where they put on it that you can't have as many condos in the neighborhood. They don't want certain they only want a certain amount of rental properties because everybody doing this Airbnb buzz thing. So it started shutting communities down to where they didn't want people renting in the community. They want you to own because the ownership aspect was a key to life and it pushed that generational wealth.
Yeah.
I ran across a video to where this one corporation in Atlanta alone, they got about I think dude said what was it like 1,200, 12 to 1,500 properties, 12 to 1,500 properties. It's a big company. Over Georgia alone, they got over like 40 to 50,000 properties. But just in Atlanta, in this one little small area in Atlanta, because that's not even including Decatur, which is the perimeter. That's not including Gwinnett, Marietta, all that. That's on the outside of the perimeter. It's just in the perimeter alone, the 285. They got over 1,200 properties, 12 to 1,500 properties. Now that's a lot and
Yeah.
they own these properties and they're the ones that's making a budget to where the rent goes up because you got to understand if I own 30,000 units or I just own a thousand properties or even 500 properties I can change the rates of most of the housing market in my area by just
Mhm.
going up and everybody else gonna follow suit. That's why when the house market went crazy, them folks
Yeah.
I'm talking about they were literally a $800 property first started off at 12, now they at $1,500. And it's like 1,500 for what? Like I was telling my daughter when she bought her house, I was like, I would go for a fix upper because right now it's not the time to buy a house because the market was too high. Like in 2020,
Yeah.
everybody wanted them 2020 prices when they sold their house. And that was when that bubble popped and everybody was going crazy in the market. My daughter
Hmm.
bought a house for 275, and just 2 years before that, that house was listed for 125. I'm like,
Mm.
so you gonna pay a whole extra 150 just to say you got a property? And she was like, well, it's the market. You got to pay. Nah, you ain't got to. And so she ended up buying it. She lost a little value in the house, but now it's starting to go back up because the market's starting to even out. But I'm like, that's the thing. Like even now, I would tell people buying a house right now. I had to talk to a young guy. He about to get married to his chick. He was telling me he's buying a property, and I said, okay. I said, you buying? I say, you not worried about the buying issues right now? He's like, yeah, I am kind of. He said, I'm debating on should I buy. I was like, why not? He's like, well, the interest rate is high. I say, you ain't never heard of refinance?
What he say? I can't hear you no more, shit.
All right, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? All right, there we go. This thing done kicked me off. No swirl in the building. What's going on with you? Kara, the girl manager. What's going on, Kara? I just seen her the video earlier. You made that what was it? Everybody making it. It's a soup, lasagna soup. But you made the hamburger apple style one. That was funny. Kara, you ain't supposed to put all that season on there. I'm gonna tell you right now, Kara. You ain't supposed to put all that season on there. But basically, I'm getting back into it. Yeah, I told him, I was like, man, you can refinance that house when the rates go down. I was like, the problem is why everybody thinking that the rates are too high to buy, all these corporations are buying up these houses like crazy because they know in a couple of years our kids won't be able to buy because they can't afford it. I was just looking at this one guy, he was talking about that, talking about how the system is scamming us so bad that they're trying to make the millennials work till they're about 80, 70, 75, 80 to retire. And the dude was like, he's scamming. He said his thieving skills, has gone up over the years. So, he's scamming it. You ain't working till you get that up. That's why I keep telling y'all, I'm working till I be 55, man. That's my goal. If I don't make that goal, cool. But I got a goal set of working till 55. I got 14 more years to make it happen. 14 more years to make it happen. And that's the thing for people. Nobody really set goals on this. Nobody's setting a goal to retire early. You setting a goal to the purpose of what they tell you need to retire the system. Nah, man, I'm not doing it. Even like I was saying with the interest rates being so crazy. Yeah, hey, the crazy part is no swear. I already told my wife I want my 40 acres. I'm putting tiny homes on there and I'm gonna build them myself. I got a brother that does the drywall. I got a homeboy that does electrician work. My stepdad and me could do the plumbing. I got a little plumbing, but I don't got everything down pat. I can run a little plumbing lines, set up my water lines and stuff like that. And then it's all about connecting um, getting my PVC done. Man, what's going on, Gino? What's going on with you, man? Hey, man, I told you I ain't over here coaching, man. What's going on with you? But yeah, man, I'm gonna give me a tiny home community. Like I already been telling my wife that I'm like, and it's gonna be cheap. I'ma set the rate so low to the point where I'm gonna make money, but then it's gonna alter the market to where if you stay in this neighborhood or this area, the rates are gonna be so low that the people that are trying to compete, they can't, you know. And with 40 acres, I have a good little bit of property to the point where, hey, I'm gonna stand alone. Like they gotta run me up out of that town. And I'm gonna put all that stuff in the trust to where they can't just take it. I'm gonna put it in the trust to where they can't take it. I'm gonna have it set up for my insurance to where my insurance and then the trust pays the property tax on it to where they can't take it. And then I can have if I put in the irrevocable trust, hey, it's gonna be in a NWO baby for life. You know, and that's the thing. You know, the thing about getting into tiny homes is very like the tiny homes are very simple to make and very simple to buy. I seen this guy, he took a shed. Now, this is the thing. The one guy he had the blueprint. You get a shed. You can do it on a concrete foundation, or you can do it like on old houses to where they put it on them cinder blocks and build it up. Everything that you have, you can run it, not even in ground. Majority of that stuff can be ran out of ground. You, and then this is the biggest thing with that too. So getting the tiny home community is gonna be self-sustained because I'm gonna do well water or live by a some type of water supply to where I get my water from there. Solar panels to where I don't have, no need to deal with anybody as far as my power. Have everything total electric. And if I do want to go gas, because some people do like cooking on a gas stove, I can have a company issue propane out and everything can go from there. So that community be self-sustained. Even with the compost, I can have a septic tank set off aside from the establishment and have the septic tank be drained, or I can do another form of composting and stuff like that too. But it's mainly more septic tank that way, because I've seen people do the compost route and it gets kind of crazy. But at the same time, more or less, you can take a Home Depot Tough Shed. I think that's the brand I know in Georgia at least. I don't know everywhere else, but in Georgia, Tough Shed is the company that builds sheds for Home Depot. Now they have a two-story. Um, I think it's 10 by 16 or 20 by 16. 20 by 16 is good enough for you to have a one bedroom upstairs, a living room, an office, dining room, kitchen, all that in the downstairs area, and have a bathroom down and a bathroom upstairs. You can put a bathroom up under the steps with the washer and dryer that's closed off. Nobody knows. You can put the kitchen towards the front, kitchen towards the back, preferably kitchen towards the back. You can have a back door cut in into that shed once you get it built, all framed up. And with Tough Shed, they build it at the warehouse and then they bring it to you. You know. Also, you can do the shipping containers. Shipping containers, now we're kind of getting a little high, but I know some places I see online that still have them for less than 10,000. In Cali, you can't get a shipping container. I think they're running 5 or better. I think out here, I think I've seen some 5 or better. But I think in Cali, I think you can't get them under 10,000. I mean, even brand new, those things are expensive. So weighing your options. They have some of these companies like Timu. Timu has a $48,000 fold out house, a $48,000 fold out house that comes into a shipping container, and you can lift the side up, push the walls out, and extend it from a what is the container, 40 by something? What is the parameter? I think it's by, I want to say 10 feet, 10 to 12, 10 to 12 feet by 40. Where the door opening is 10 to 12 right there, 40 long. Then they have 53-foot trailers that you can get. And the crazy part of that, just get your contractors, come out there and do it all, you know, wiring and everything. Now, this is the thing. You go into an unincorporated area, like in the country, you don't need all these permits and stuff like that. And in most cases, you know, those unincorporated places, you can build whatever you want on your property because it's your property. You know, going into the city areas and those limits, they pretty much have a structure on what you need to do, how you need to do, what are the guidelines, and so forth. So, you know, it's pretty much up to you. And like I said, tiny homes, they're pretty much easy to build. You know, you build these tiny homes at your discretion. You build a tiny home, you know, whether you want it big, you want it small. Like I said, Home Depot already has those sheds already built. I've seen used sheds. Like my cousin just bought a brand new 10 by, what is it, 10 by 16. He bought a 10 by 16, 10 wide, 16 long. He bought that shed from start to finish, besides the concrete foundation, because they were trying to hit him over the head with the concrete foundation. He already had concrete. My brother does concrete professionally. He actually works for a company. So me and my brother went over there. We laid his foundation for him, and then he called the company Tough Shed. The foundation, if he would have got it done professionally, it would have been about $3,500. You know, we family, and he got the family discount. A pack of beer, and you know, about $200-300. And that's what we did. We came out there, you know, he had everything going, the music, you know, we was working, drinking, water too, because it was kind of a little warm that day. But you know, just having fun, talking with each other, family, catching up on things. Built that slab, let it cure and dry, and then went on ahead, called the company. I think it was $4,300 for them to come out there and build it up under his deck. $4,300 for that. What's going on, conscious? And that was the thing. Like a lot of people want these tiny homes. They just basically sheds on wheels, and that's the thing. You can get a frame built just depending on the parameters and the measurements of that shed. Go to a framing company, a trailer framing company, preferably, and get them to build a frame for your your trailer. I mean, for your shed. And soon as the people get there, you just tell them, build my shed on this platform. Then you can be easily to where if you want to move it or you have it stationary, set it on some rocks so the tires won't rat out, or take the tires off, keep the tires in a warm, safe place to where they won't dry wide and, you know, pretty much, and then you go from there. But for the most part, just build your frame and then turn around and put the shed on top. And then that's when you come in with your plumbers, your electricians. And like I said, just like having an RV, don't you know you can run your shed the same way? There's a valve to, you know, cut off for the electricity. Even with those, I see you can take those, run them. The what is going on here? Oh, that's a dude that accident. Get that car. He's still over here. And the crazy part is when it comes down to it, you can literally take the shed, run all your switches, run all your water lines. So you have incoming water, outgoing water, you know, you have lines for those. PVC, you know, some that's not gonna break too much. Um PEX pipes for your water lines. PEX pipe is good. It stretches in the wintertime, shrinks summer, whatever it needs to be. you don't have no issues with the PEX. PVC, over the years they've been seeing that the PVC line's been busting, the water pressure when it gets cold. A lot of times they tell you, hey man, cut your water on in the wintertime and your pipes won't pop and bust and stuff like that. People don't do it, they have those issues. So, look into that. Even with being an electrician, those breaker box and stuff, a good electrician, they'll run those lines easy. The shed already comes just the outside wall. They're able to come in, run the lines, and a lot of that stuff, like I said, if you're in an unincorporated place or you have these things, depending on where you stay at, you will have to get it coded. So you can get the shed, get a permit for the shed to be put on your property. Now, for the water lines and stuff like that, you can get an additional permit for that. Those permits aren't that expensive according to certain areas. And then when you come to the new areas, if it's already built like that, you don't need a permit is not required when they're built like that. So, just a little FYI for that. And go from there, you know. Yeah, we were talking about tiny homes now, but at the beginning I was talking about the Keith Lee situation to where Keith Lee came and blessed somebody that had a food truck, this lady, and she didn't have nobody to help her actually with her food truck, and so this young lady that's a braider and her brother cuts hair that were friends of her son came out, gave him a hand. You know, the lady who was helping, she promoted the lady's food truck and told Keith Lee to come out. And hey, lo and behold, there you go. Food around, came out, had a great time. Keith said the food was kind of pricey, from which I got an understanding about it, and went from there. And at the end of the day, the lady ran off with the plug. She ran off with the money, And it's crazy that people mess their blessings up because everybody who, gets an encounter by Keith Lee make awesome money. Yeah, it is a lot of lots depending on the area. Yep. Yeah, that was in outside of Macon. That about the property where the 19 families bought the property outside of Macon, but they kind of pinned it for two ladies that actually did, the footwork on it. Yeah, and the crazy part with that lady, when she took the money, she had her every intention to, take the money and do as she would. And I didn't understand that when she said, "Well, I'm gonna give the money to my son, and my son is gonna give you what he deemed to be necessary." So if somebody pays you something to give to me, and instead of you saying, "Well, I'm gonna give you the money. I'm gonna give the money to God, and if God wants you to have the money, you'll have it." Like, how does this even work like this? And so, one thing led to another to the point where, words got to change. And by all means, I'm first to say, hey, I'm a little annoyed if somebody give me something and it's for me, and you sit up there and turn around and say, well, nah, I ain't gonna give it to you. You don't think I'm gonna be a little upset that, when it comes down to it, blood, sweat, and tears, I put into my business, or I'm helping you out doing something, and I don't get appreciated for it. Hey, I'm a little salty about that too, because the thing of it was, Keith Lee didn't even have to give the lady the money. Keith Lee, that's what he do, you know. And if he giving money to people, hey, the least you can do is if he gave the money to you to give to somebody else and to keep for yourself, the least that you can do is go ahead and just give whoever has the money, or is into the exchange, just give them their money, give them their cut. And that was the crazy part about it. She tried to not give the lady the money, and the whole situation backfired on her. So now she's trying to so-called say that she feel as if the lady wasn't with her establishment, so the lady shouldn't get anything. And that's not what Keith Lee was doing or expected to do with the money. And so, from what I heard, people stopped, going to her business. And I would put the link back in the description if anybody want to come up for a little bit. But you know, she short of her blessing because all she had to do was just go ahead and get her lady the money. Keith gave the money out just to be, being a good person, and the lady took advantage of that situation. So, hey, that's how it be sometimes. Listen, like something. All right, let me see. You want to chat? Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, Walmart sells them, Home Depot sells them. What is it? Alibaba sells them. Lowe's, of course, they sell them because of everybody else. Then you have these companies. Like I said, all they are just basically sheds, and they convert them. There's a company I found in McDonough, and there's another one up in Decula, Georgia. Is it Decula? No, Dalton. I'm sorry, in Dalton, Georgia. These two companies, all they do is just make tiny homes for people, ranging from I think 50,000 for a basic home. You don't get no appliances, but you have outlets set up in the walls which you put stuff in. They have plumbing to where all you have to do is when you get your land, you just have someone connect your wires, connect your lines for water, and you good. Or if you have gas, connect them for the gas. But other than that, for the most part, hey, do it yourself. Yeah, she was wrong for that. And yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of times, what is the? Let me see if I can pull this up. My friend gave me a website. Yard mm, Land Watch. All right, so my friend gave me a website called Land Watch. Yeah, man. I got a crew to do stuff, man. Yeah, but there's a website called Land Watch, and so you set the parameters in which you're trying to get your land and how much you're willing to pay and everything on the Land Watch website and go from there. So with Land Watch, you're able to come in there and like my friend, he was telling me, ah man, I found 40 acres in Colorado for like 8,000. And the people say they want 8,000 or they want 5,000. He said, man, they done had this land for so long. We can come in there and offer them this much money and they'll give it to us for this price. And I'm laughing and he's like, what's so funny? I'm like, dude, if they had this property for this much and this is pretty much the best you're gonna get for us the deal. And for you to come in and try to offer them less, they're gonna take it as an insult because personally I would. And so he's like, okay, so how do you expect this comes about or this be done or that be done? I was like, okay. So first and foremost, if you're gonna do it that way, what you want to do is go ahead, give them a fair market value price in which they asking for it, and then go from there. But the number one things you want to do before you give the fair market value and go from all that is to see is the property worth it. And then a lot of times people don't tell you this. They have something called landlock. So landlock is when you have property that's going for a good rate in a good area, but the property is locked on all four sides. The only way you can get to this property is by helicopter. You can't drive on nobody else's property or you're trespassing. And people do landlocked deals all the time to new beginners that really don't know nothing about the industry, just coming in and basically scamming us and trying to find them a sucker. So when they do a landlocked deal, like I said, once again, it's just for people that just don't know how to do the business and they can get over on them. You get some land, um, Prime example. You have a front yard, you and your neighbors, um, you and your neighbors, let's say it's a community of 5 houses, and you got communities surrounding those 5 houses. Now, if somebody comes in and buys the street and you can't drive on the street, you would have to fly or whatever off the property to the main road, which is public. Or prime example, everybody goes, let's say a McDonald's parking lot, and the McDonald's sits in the middle of the parking lot. Say if somebody wants to sell the bathroom at the McDonald's, they sell the bathroom, which is the land, and then in return, you only own the bathroom. So if you want to step on any other property besides the bathroom, you're trespassing. So that's how essentially it works, when dealing with landlocked. Somebody owns this property, but the way they do it is they sell a portion of the property to where it's like, if you want to get over on this side, you got to pay me, or there are some things that need to be involved in order for me to, make money out the deal or whatever to a degree. But essentially, that's how it is. They all 4 corners of the property is basically owned by somebody else, and or just owned by one person, and they'll essentially sell you a part of it, like they're giving you such a deal, but in return, they're just scamming you to, benefit themselves. So watch out for properties that are so cheap because it's landlocked. You got to be able to make sure you can get to it from the main drag, because in Georgia they have good land for sale. But like I said, if it's landlocked, how can you get into it? Yeah, I've looked into land auctions and deed sales. One of my friends, his friends bought a barbershop that way, and it was an old barbershop, and it was in his hometown. So just so happened to go over there, see it on the website, and filled out everything for it. End up getting it, excuse me, for, I think it was like, what do you say, like less than 5,000 or something like that. And I was shocked, because of the price he paid, and he was saying about how good everything was. But it's set off in like a real country area, so it's not like it was prime real estate. But at the same time, you know it made money. And what the old people say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So in return, he ended up having a good deal off of buying that property, and all he had to do was just sit and hold, for a couple of years and try to get a better outcome on it. But for the most part, uh, land auctions, I've seen them. I can't say I really, dealt with them to an extent, but I've seen them. I seen pretty much how they were represented and how things go with the land auctions. Just like any other common auction, there's not nothing pretty much new or special behind it. Mm, there's some cardboard, but at the same time with the land auctions, it just overall, what's better suited for you. Because most people use those land auctions and they get good deals and sit on them. I talked about this before on my channel where I was ear hustling this one guy, him and his friends, they bought some property and they sat on it and waited for a developer to come, buy the properties up. So they had one friend that actually went out to a developer, talked to him, told him that, that he had some property and the whole area is kind of, ran down, but, it was prime real estate, it's right off the highway, it was right next to this place. And, if the area ever gets gentrified, just talking the guy up, telling him that'll be a good investment to deal with and stuff. And so the guy took him up on the offer, And what they did was they kept trying to. I don't know if I should do it right there. Yeah, back that up. Yeah, so they took the guy up on the offer. Well, the guy took him up on the offer, but the thing of it was, the guy was solely trying to own all the property, which they were, baiting him to do. And in return, all they did was just, for the most part, got the guy to want to be interested in it. And when it came down to it, hey, they made their money because the more the guy was interested into the property, the more he looked into it, the more he thought that, he'll make a killing off of it. And the more he was, kind of uh, looking into the property and seeing what was his best opportunity. And in the end, they end up having, I think, 6 or 10 properties or whatever. One guy had like 3 or 4. Everybody else had 1 or maybe 2. And they end up selling it to a developer for way more money than they wanted for the property. Yeah, but for the most part, man, like I said, just on here, just doing a little talk, nothing really too major. Like I said, just talking about the Keith Lee situation, to where he gave the people the money, and the lady tried to scam. And the crazy part was, she had so many people that wanted to help her with her business. She had so many people that was, willing to do stuff for free, to the point when she did that, she showed her blessing to now she don't got nobody, and she's thinking about changing her name of the company and everything because she's getting so much backlash, and her kids, I guess, to the point where they're coming at her, the girl and her brother, as them being foul because they didn't give up the money. You did a bad deed, you know, from a good thing. Keep leading. Her prices, to my understanding, were overpriced. She didn't have no social media presence like that, or didn't know how to do it. But she had 2 sons that could have worked with her and helped the business. Now it comes to a point where if you have a family business, you can't get your kids to work for you, and then you son or shun other people that do help you. I mean, it's kind of rough. But needless with all that being said, shout out to everybody that came through. Even with the tiny home thing, look it up. Like I say, I'm not a professional about none of this stuff I'm giving you. I'm giving you food for thought to just think about your options, think about things, and ultimately make a decision. If you want to have a tiny home, you can have a tiny home in your backyard. Prime example, there was a guy who was working, and I did a story on this before. He literally, shout out to Nate. Nate is about to go live. I'm about to slide over to Nate. Uh, Let me go ahead. Nate the Great Podcast. Let me see if I have him up here so I can highlight him for everybody. Oh, Art slid up in here. Man, I ain't see Art. AP was in here. Okay. I ain't seen, but okay. But Nate the Great Podcast. He about to go live, and Nate be on some real positive vibe. Hey, Conscious. Hey, he be on it. You might want to come over there and check him out too. We be talking about stuff, uplifting and building the community and everything as well. Swirl, you too. I know, that's your bag right there as well. But for the most part, like I said, look up stuff. These tiny homes, man, it's easy to get into. And back to the story I was saying, that they had this one guy, he ended up building Frugal Mama's in the building. What's going on, Bruce? Bruce, Bruce, what's going on with you, man? Boxing around. But this one guy, he ended up taking a tree house he built in his backyard. He built a tree house. He put a bed in there, a flat screen TV. He put a, what else? Bed, flat screen TV, a little side table where you could eat at. It was a little small little thing, but what he did was he built that, and then he turned around and rented it out on Airbnb and made like about $38,000. I think it was like 38 or $48,000, to the point where he quit his job. He was getting so many rentals on that Airbnb in his backyard till he quit his job. I'm like, it was a real tree house. Now imagine you coming from a long drive and you having to climb up some steps and get into a tree house. Don't have a bath, I'm quite sure he probably let the people use the bathroom in his house to shower or something, but you showering in the morning. Anyway, you showering at night, and then you got to be all up in this dude's house or whatever. It's crazy, but needless to say, they was sleeping in the tree house, and they was cool with it. Probably people was bird bathing in there, so they didn't want to have to come into people's house. But I mean, that much money off of a tree house, and you have a shed in the backyard that you're Airbnb, that you have running water, power, and this is another thing I found out too. Depending on the square footage in your area and your code enforcement and your I just said the name of this thing and I just have a brain freeze right now. Not warranty. I got too much going on in my head right now. Sorry y'all, but I'm gonna have to let it go and come back to it. Not policy. Permits. That's what it is. I know it was something. Your permits. According to the permits in your area, you can literally actually take the backyard and depending on the square footage and the permit, you can build a shed in your backyard with a garage. People use them as a garage. So what they do is they build a two-car garage in the backyard and put a storage on top. And as long as they have the electricity in there, they can use it as income by using that permit, and actually they can use the permit just to build. Now, if they use it as extra income coming in, then the permit bills it different and they charge you more. But then you can actually take that and put it on the value of the house. So that's another way that a lot of people, not only just over time having money built up in your house, you can actually build extra on your house and get, more value as that as well. I just did hardwood floors in my house. I'm about to change out my countertops, put either cork or marble or something like that. That adds more money with new cabinets. I'm about to redo my whole bathroom in my boys. Then I'm gonna redo my bathroom in my room because I'm wanting the heated towel to where I wake up in the morning, press the button, give myself 5 or 10 minutes, then go in there and brush my teeth you know, tired of stepping on cold tiles. And when I'm waking up in the morning, just sliding and looking for my house shoes, I just rather go straight in there from the carpet, same warm floor, all the way in, be good. So I'm adding that as an upgrade to my house. And, that right there is going to, hey, bring my house to more value. Not to mention that I've been in there for this long and adding extra features onto my house, it brings my value of my house up. But needless to say, shout out to everybody in the building. Nate the Great is over there about to get ready to fire up a stream. He's on there now. Check out the channel. Everybody has wrenches. Y'all can just pull up the channel. Nate the Great Podcast. So we can go over there and say, we here. We here. Say we here. But shout out to everybody. I always say when I jump off of here, Frugal Mama, you already know you won money for it. We here and we gone. Peace.